verse 15.
Amen.
And after, wait,
Yes, please.
just say wait.
Wait.
Wait. I know how to wait.
Amen. How to do it.
I know how to wait. I know how to W-A-I-T, and I know how to. Anyway, I'll wait.
Amen.
That's not bad.
Wait on the Lord.
Everyone there?
Yes,
Amen.
And after the reading of the law and the prophets, the rulers of the synagogue sent unto them, saying, Ye men and brethren, if ye have any word of exhortation for the people, say on. Okay, I'd like to go to Ephesians chapter 2, verse 1. Verse 1, yes. We're going to talk about growing today. About growing. Ephesians chapter 2, verse 1. Everyone there? But we know this one. And you hath he quickened who were dead in trespasses and sins. You were dead. You were quickened, made alive. Made alive. Okay? That's the start. That's the new birth. This is a spiritual birth. You're made alive. You were dead. Now this is your new birth. Now your new birth, after you're going to need something to eat. Let's go to 1 Peter chapter 2. And I'll start with verse 1 again. 1 Peter 2 and 1. Wherefore, laying aside all malice, and all guile, and all hypocrisies, and all envies, and all evil speaking, as newborn babes, desire the sincere milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby. You've been made alive. You've been quickened in the spirit. We're getting fed. We desire the sincere milk of the word. We get it here.
That's right.
We get it. Okay? We're getting stronger. We're getting stronger. We've laid some things aside. Now, babies, they got to stand up first. They can lay down. Now it's time to stand. Okay? Now, standing up. Philippians 1, verse 27. Only let your conversation be as it becometh the gospel of Christ, that whether I come and see you or else be absent, I may hear about your affairs, that ye stand fast in one spirit,
Amen.
with one mind, striving together for the faith of the gospel. Okay? We're standing.
Yeah.
Now, while we're standing, let's get dressed. Okay, let's put some things on. Let's put some things on. We've taken some off. And this past week, even though I laid aside some weight,
Did you
almost went back and picked some up because I hadn't put on the proper things
All right now.
to weight, to to balance it. Okay? I took some stuff off. Ephesians 4 and 23. Ephesians 4, verse 23. be renewed in the spirit of your mind. Verse 24, and that ye put on the new man, which after God is created in righteousness and true holiness. We took off the old man. That's all that anger and malice and evil speaking and all that filthy communications. Now we're putting on the new man. Colossians 3 and 12. Let's start at Colossians 3:12. Everyone there? Put on, therefore, as the elect of God, holy and beloved, bowels of mercy, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, long-suffering, forbearing one another, and forgiving one another.
Amen.
If any man have a quarrel against any, even as Christ forgave you, so also do ye. And above all these things, put on love, which is the bond of perfectness. And let the peace of God rule in your hearts, to the which also ye are called in one body, and be ye thankful. Okay, now we put some things on. Right things. And love, one of those things. Now, let's take a step.
You say we done got through it.
Now we're taking a step.
Now we can go.
Now we're getting ready to
Amen.
go. Jeremiah 10:23. Oh Lord.
Wait a minute.
Oh Lord. I'm waiting.
Okay.
I'm waiting. I'm just putting the emphasis on, oh Lord.
Amen.
I know that the way of man is not in himself. It is not in man that walketh to direct his steps. Proverbs 16:9 says, a man's heart devises his way, but the Lord directeth his steps. Psalm 17:5 says, hold up my goings in thy paths, that my footsteps slip not. O Lord, I know that the way of man is not in himself. It is not in man that walketh to direct his steps. Hold up my goings in thy path, that my footsteps slip not. Almost slipped last week. Almost. But he's directing my path.
Amen.
Psalm 73:1 says, truly God is good to Israel, even to such as are of a clean heart. But as for me and my feet were almost gone. My steps had well nigh slipped, for I was envious at the foolish, when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. And I want that first. I was envious at the foolish. My feet almost slipped. Envious. Hold up my goings in thy paths, that my footsteps slip not. 1 Peter 2:21 says, for even unto were ye called, because Christ also suffered for us, leaving us an example that we should follow his steps. Okay. Now we're stepping. Take some steps. Now after you've taken enough steps, it eventually leads to a walk. Eventually leads to a walk. Okay. Now we're walking. Now we're walking.
We on the way.
We're on the way. 1 Thessalonians 2 and 12.
Let's go there.
That ye would walk worthy of God, who hath called you unto his kingdom and glory.
Mm.
1 John 2:26 says, he that saith he abideth in him ought himself also so to walk even as he walked.
Mm.
Come on now.
Okay. Ephesians 4 and 1. I, therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that ye walk worthy of the vocation wherewith ye are called.
Come on.
When he chose you, you were worthy. Are you still walking worthy of the vocation wherewith you are called? Are you walking worthy? Okay. Romans 6 and 4. Therefore we are buried with him by baptism into death, that like as Christ was raised up from the dead by the glory of the Father, even so we also should walk in newness of life. Ephesians 5 and 2. And walk in love, as Christ also hath loved us, and hath given himself for us an offering and a sacrifice to God for a sweet-smelling savor. Let's continue walking worthy. Worthy. Now we know about, we did some running last week. We did some in Hebrew. Proverbs 18 and 10. You know, we're babes. You know, and sometimes we might slip. A lot of things can happen. Proverbs 18 and 10 says, the name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. And runneth into it is Jesus. If there's nothing else you can do, the name of the Lord is a strong tower. Run to. Be safe.
Amen.
Amen.